21, that's 28, 26. Oh no. Let's see.
Oh shit, I forgot how to dodge. Oh wait, now I remember.
Yeah, this is actually fine now. Delay is back to what it used to be. Let me just turn off. I forgot to turn off my light filter. There, now it's what it should look like. Because, like, basically with the red light filter on, all games sort of look like they're being, taking place at, like, sunset. So everything looks a little red, you know what I mean?
Red. Hold on. Don't like where the camera is.
That's actually a great effect for some games. Like, it makes them a little more, atmospheric. Because, like, you feel like especially if the game is, like, with high stakes, like if it's an apocalypse story or a post-apocalyptic story, it makes it feel like everything is that much more dire. But, like, because there's no real, like, intention to have that in the game design, then it's like, you know, it's kind of like cheap for me. Or at least I feel like it's cheap of me to just keep it on. Yeah, like they're all like multiple levels ahead of you, so
I mean, it's a good thing I'll level up.
Well, get through them. Yep. Like if you want to level up a little while, and we can just chat.
Yeah.
Because what I do remember is that after this part, it seemed like we're getting into more story, but like, if we're getting into another story arc, then we should probably level up a little more before that. Because I remember we had a few struggles in the temple thingy.
Yeah, we got extremely lucky that last time.
Yeah, like, you barely got through that last section because of how much higher level they were. So I feel like if we level up a little bit here right now, that we'll have a much easier time in the next section instead of struggling so much and being so frustrated, you know?
But struggle is the meaning of life.
Like, dude, I know you like to struggle sometimes, but you're not like me. You get frustrated a lot. Like, remember how I kept dying on the, what's his name? That one boss who I had to use Thunder on a lot?
Yeah.
Like, but I wasn't getting frustrated, right?
No, you were just like, I gotta figure out how to do it better. And I'm just trying to backseat drive for you.
Like, no, like, that's my mentality. I want to figure it out. I want to be frustrated. I want to be, like, facing an enemy where I feel like I have to constantly adapt my strategy, and if I die, no skin off my nose, I'll do better next time. I love that.
I know, they kind of carry that over a little bit from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Nice. But anyway, like, I like when a game is really, like, insanely difficult and frustrating because I feel like I just need to buckle down and work harder. So I don't get frustrated by, like, something really hard in a game. And I don't get angry and I don't get, like, I don't quit because of it. Like, I just practically immune to rage quit. Like, I might quit if I see that something is impossible. Like, and it can be impossible because either I haven't planned well enough for it, or I've like broken I've broken a little bit too far out of the game's allowances to like complete it. Like older games had that sort of stuff where like if you didn't prepare properly or get the proper stuff from certain sections of the game, you could end up going down a game path that was unwinnable. Like you could put your game in an unwinnable state, in other words. Like not every game was like that, but there were a lot of games like that in the older generations. I'm not even so much talking about Sega Genesis, I'm talking about like NES and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had to make them hard because they were like, they want people to play this for a long time.
It wasn't just that they wanted to make it hard because they wanted people to play this for a long time. It was more along the lines of, how do I explain this? Because design was still an art firm that was developing, people hadn't really thought of the concept of, could I design a game that didn't cover for a scenario in which the player didn't plan for this thing, and therefore the game is now unwinnable.
Oh my god, where are all these guys coming from?
I think they're mostly respawns.
It's like you get in one little area and they're just ready to maul you.
Yeah, I think it's because the ones that you're fighting right now, they're not supposed to be like, this hard to take down, because I think maybe by this time you should be more levels than you are right now. But because you're a little under leveled, it seems like a lot harder to deal with them. Like probably these guys should be taken down by a few hits at most. Yeah, the big guy, see, keeps respawning. You're like really close to like an level up though. Like if you kill a couple of these small guys, you probably get it. So I'd probably like focus on the small guys and just dodge the big guys' attacks. And then you'll get to level up and be able to hit a lot harder. Only problem is a lot of these smaller guys have that like lightning EMP field or whatever.
So they can hit me while I'm not looking.
Yeah, like, but also while you are looking, because it seems that they have a very short animation time to attack. Yeah, I wouldn't aggro the big guy either.
I mean, we're going to him.
Well, yeah. But, like, I would first get rid of some of these small guys. See, what I like about a lot of fantasy-based games is that you would have, like, an option to do... Yeah, it would be, like, a lower-level attack, but it would be extremely long range. Especially if you were playing an archer. So then you can take a lot of these, or do damage to a lot of these small guys from an extremely long distance. Like, that's part of how I approached some boss battles in, like, not just boss battles actually, but like, that was how I approached some tougher battles in a lot of the RPG games from the Nintendo 64 era. Like, I would just, like,
come on, buddy, get some, get some.
And then even though it wouldn't target the enemies from that distance, I would obviously, I'll go jump. But like, I would aggro them obviously from that distance, but while they're getting to me, especially the big guy, it takes a while. So I would take out at least one or two, or sometimes even three of the smaller guys while they were just trying to get to me. And that would leave me with maybe one or two small bastards and then the big guy. And sometimes I would even get to damage the big guy a little bit before he got to me. Like, it was all a matter of balancing how many of the small guys I wanted to take out, and whether or not I wanted to take the opportunity to take a little HP off the big guy. Sometimes it was actually better to just, what's it called? To actually, like, hold off on killing one of the smallies and just hit them with a more powerful short-range attack.
Oh, come on, that was a mid-animation.
You might want to heal.
I got auto-heal, so...
Oh, okay. Be careful, though, because you're a little low. Right, I actually forgot to make how auto-heal now. It's me. Watch it. I love the nature.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
And there's another one. They're just giving you every opportunity to level up. You're at 23 now. Awesome. You're getting closer. Like, I wouldn't recommend getting up to 26, but like...
I'm tempted to.
25. 26 is what I would do. No, that's a lie. I would go up to 30. I can't lie to you like that. I'm the crazy person who would go up to level 30.
I would. Question is, do we have enough enemies?
There are respawning enemies in this game, right?
It looks like it.
Then if there is respawn points here, you know me. I like how many times have I whined about there not being enough respawning enemies in Final Fantasy VII Remake?
More than I can remember. Here we go again.
Like, you know me, I love grinding. Like, I might as well just name myself grinding.
Grindor.
Like, but the problem is most people when they think of grinding, they think of dancing, you know, grinding. Like, so maybe EXP lover? Or please more spawn?
Keep this up, I'll be here all week.
They actually increased the levels since we started. These guys were 26 a moment ago, now they're 27. I wonder if it's increasing according to your level. Or maybe it's increasing according to your level and then it'll hit a level cap. Like maybe it'll increase up until they're at level 30 and then after that, no matter how much you level up, they won't increase anymore. Although I don't know about that. That's something I would have to like observe. These EMP fields are seriously a pain. Like, if you know a way, like, if there's a sword that you have that's extremely long range, I would just use that one on them.
I am.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Didn't realize that. Because they are literally, like, just using the EMP field every single time they get you in range. So there's even no point in, like, getting close to them unless you're using a sword move that can hit them from far away. Or at least from outside of their range. It doesn't have to be from that far. Yeah, it doesn't look like these guys have increased in level. They're pretty much still 26, 27. I wonder how close you are to another level up. Oh, real close. Okay, we still have some 25 scattered among them, so that means it's possible that only the really big guys are increasing in level. But we'll see when you get to level 24.
I'm hearing some chirping.
Their levels increase. Oh yeah, he is having fun because I'm talking. Like, he might not be able to hear you because I have you on my headphones to reduce the noise interference. But he can hear me talking, so he's very happy. Actually, let me check if yeah, good. I almost was worried, like, did I charge my phone today?
I know I didn't.
Like I did, I made sure to do that before I took my nap. And then I wasn't doing anything with my phone, I was just reading a little bit. Nothing serious, of course. I don't want to, like, enter watching Nier with you, like, with, like post-studying, like, brain. Because, like, it tired me out, so I get a little exhausted, and I'm not much for talking. Which is why I don't like to study too close before meeting up with someone. Like, sometimes I gotta, but I don't like doing it. Yeah, see, they do it every single time you get within range for it. Like, literally. Cheap bastards. Like, I get it why they're programmed that way, but, like...
It gets old after a while.
Yeah, it's certainly not fun for, like, battling. Like, I remember the way that Kingdom Hearts played, the original one. The way it felt to fight enemies, even, like, even the, low-tier grind experience, like, fodder. Even, like, from the beginning to the end, like, so, from being under-leveled to being over-leveled, it was still, like, it wasn't boring or annoying. Like, this is a little bit annoying at the under-leveled stage, and that's not good. You might want to heal even though you have auto-heal.
Yeah, either auto-heal or just start killing people. Alright,
Yeah,
let
there
me...
you go. But yeah, being underleveled in this game is not exactly,
Fun.
it's like, it's annoying. It's tedious.
Got a
And I
resistance
can
gun.
deal with that, but I know that for a lot of players, that's an issue. So like I can see why some people might like stray away from this game. Like I'm digging it, and I think that this is a game that I would sink a lot of hours into, but this is one of those games where I'm conflicted because I know I would dig the hell out of it, but I know that some things about it would piss people off.
Yeah, it's not a game for everyone.
Yep. Like that's why I don't even recommend some anime to some people, like because I can see where people would have trouble with it. Cause like you know me, like I've talked about this before. Manga and anime, I've read pretty much every fucking genre under the sun. So that includes some genre which, for example, women would have a problem with, like smut, edgy, that kind of stuff.
But not necessarily you would have a problem because you just don't really care about that kind of...
Try contacting the bunker via laser
Well,
relay
it
system.
sort of works both ways because of my sexuality.
True.
But like, for example, like when I'm reading a hentai or ecchi, like, a lot of people would have a problem with a lot of hentai because they object massively, like, to the objectification of women and everything. But I have a different mentality towards it. For me, these genres are specifically set up as fantasies for the people who are reading them, and if they're fulfilling that purpose, then that's actually well executed. But it's not an excuse to not have, for example, all of the elements that should exist within a story. Unless it's just like a straight up hentai that's meant to be porn.
Jesus.
But even then, that has certain standards that it has to follow through with. Like, it can't just be like, you know, the generic tedious stuff that has been done a million times before. Like, if it's not doing anything innovative or new, or if it's not doing something to an old standard true, but doing it in a good way, like, you know, in a high quality way, then there's no point to it, in my mind.
Yeah, it's like a waste. Why indulge in something that doesn't really have a lot of depth or ability to grow past beyond its initial premise?
Yeah, and for me, I think it's because I'm not aloe, like I'm this deep into the demi hole. Like, I don't really pay attention to the same things that aloe people do. Like, so I can evaluate, for example, a sex scene as dryly and with that little like how should I explain this? I don't get as distracted by what I'm seeing as most people do, so I can analyze what's going on and how it's being done. So, like, I look at more the aesthetics of what's happening than, like, what's actually happening. Like, I think I've read a lot of, like, artists and writers who've actually made, like, stuff like, hentai and smut scenes appealing to even people who aren't getting a sexual kick out of it, just because it's been done well. And that doesn't even always require what you would expect, a lot of asexual people to think of. Like, it doesn't have to be like a long backstory where they've known each other a lot and they're super in love. Even just a casual sexual experience can be written very well to the point where, like, it's believable. It's nice. It gives the reader like a good experience, even if they're not getting anything sexual or romantic out of it. Like kind of how like you can write about, you can write a sports anime or manga to be appealing to someone who sees like no enjoyment out of sports. It's sort of the same thing for me. So like for example, I've enjoyed like quite a few ecchi manga and anime, even though they appeal to me like 0% from the standpoint of the fat fodder. Like, I've still been able to enjoy them because they do so many things right.
Because it has good writing.
Yeah, like, one of my biggest problematic cliche tropes in ecchi, in fact, in any anime that deals with smut, ecchi, or hentai, or any manga that's like that in particular, is the harem with the male protag that is weak-willed. These kinds of anime and manga, they tend to fall into a hole of making every interaction between the female leads and the male lead to be down to him being like shocked and shy and like frozen by indecision. They also rely heavily on the violence tsundere without enough dere. Like, they really don't, like, put a lot of thought into the tsune part. Like, they just make it like, you know, oh, haha, domestic violence is funny. Like, I am really super tired of the trope where because the guy sees the girl naked, it's okay to hit him. Like, I've seen that trope done right, so every time I see it done flippantly, I get really annoyed. It's like, there's a way to do this. This is not the way.
That is not the way.
Like, the best way I've seen this done is where, the girl is a super modest, super shy person when it comes to like risque moments. Like, she's really shy about showing skin, like she's really like reserved when it comes to like matters of romance or sexuality. Like, so for her those moments would actually make her act really emotional and like lose her composure. But still, you can't just rely on that. For me, it only works if you combine that with a moment where, like, such nudity happens, when he is in very close proximity, and only after she's already started to become attracted to him. So, like, in that moment, if she gets really flustered and either, like, does a super blush or screams or yelps and, like, her hand just, like, randomly smacks at him. And not hard. It can't be hard.
Because that's not love, that's pain.
Yeah, like, she would have to just, like, be super scared in the moment and lashing out because she's just, like, not thinking. And then, like, once she realizes what she's done, she's like, oh, fuck, I did, like,
I did that. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the story element that was happening. That's kind of why I wanted to stop last time before we got here. Because I knew this was going on.
Eating them?
So, why are they eating them?
I have no idea, I just got here.
Like, what's the point of that? They're machines, aren't they? What are they getting out of that?
Cannibal, I can't believe you're on the side.
Every one of these curious
Yeah,
about
get out the
that?
way.
And it seems like the new story that's like, with every new story comes a new behavior observed in the robots. And all of them seem to mimic various human behaviors. Like religion, in the last section that we completed. With Pascal, there was behavior of living in a small hamlet, like a small village, cooperatively. With the section that was leading up to Pascal, there was like the medieval sort of behavior. With the desert, there was sort of like a desert raider behavior, and here we have like cannibals. It's almost like they have the entirety of human civilization's memory, and they're almost like mimicking the way that humans behave.
Overran the entire camp. We tried to fight back, but our shots had no
Oh, at least it can't be damaged.
I can't take damage because I'm in the middle of a cutscene.
Got it. You get the other androids out of here. Good luck.
But it's so dumb.
I know. This was a mistake. They should have made it impossible to aggro until the cutscene happened. That's a very simple thing to program in. But maybe they just didn't have enough time. Or maybe they just couldn't have enough fresh betas. Like, one of the biggest problems with beta in a game is, like, once the betas that you have been using have observed enough of the game's storyline, they will automatically know, or at least unconsciously do certain things because they know you're supposed to. So, like, for example, during that portion, a beta who's been through the section 2 or 3 times will know not to move too far forward because they'll aggro the enemies. But then you can't test whether or not the first-time player is going to approach this section in the same way. So the first-time player, like you, aggroes the enemies early before the cutscene can be completed. And that, if you have enough people playing the game first time out, you don't have that problem because someone's like, oh wait, that's the issue, we should probably deal with that. But it's possible they just couldn't get enough people to beta the game. Like, it costs money to have that done.
I mean, this was published by Square Enix. They have money.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't know if it's directly developed by Square Enix.
Developed by Square...
Get shafted all the
No, wait, developed by Platinum Games, published by Square Enix.
Yeah, that's the thing. The publisher often will demand a lot of work out of the developer, and the compensation is just not sufficient oftentimes to cover for all the costs. So, an easy way to sort of minimize on cost is just to reduce the amount of beta. There are a lot of ways to do that. Some people will ask some companies will ask, like, oh, if you want a beta in for free and we'll give you certain benefits, like, we'll give you, like, access to the game for free, we'll pay for your copy. Or we'll give you this special weapon that no one else is gonna get.
Come on, there we go. Give me that experience points.
But like, that's one way that a company will shift costs, but even that is not always like a realistic way to deal with.
You saved our lives. What's going on here?
Game
No
development.
idea. They came out of nowhere and just... Huh?
Uh-oh, that sounds like a big bad.
I sense a boss battle's about to show up.
Isn't there a save point in here that you could just like click?
If the game will let me, yeah.
Yeah, it's to the right, isn't it?
Oh,
No, maybe you can still access it past the fire. There we go. I had a feeling. That's like a trick. That's a common trick.
make you think you can't touch it when you actually can.
Yeah, that's why, like, I always try anyway, like, and I only stop once I see it's actually possible.
Oh.
Or when they give me a notification that they're not gonna let me. Oh, shit. Oh, it doesn't even have a name.
Okay, can't get near the water. Got it.
Oh, you're gonna have to just shoot it. The good thing that you have a lot of space to shoot it in. Okay, I see. It's gonna charge back up again. Missiles. Let's see how long it takes it to go back to electrifying the water. Because I know it's gonna eventually do that, but... Okay, so it takes quite a while. And there's a pretty lengthy animation, so once you get the EMP field back down, feel free to go and slash at it. Because you'll have plenty of time to do it. There you go. Just watch out for, like, the missiles.
Uh-oh, I forgot about his butt plug.
Wasn't that a dick? Because that looked very dicky to me. Yeah, see, you have plenty of time to, if you wanted to slash at him. Just be wary, like, that he changes his attack strategy once you get it close.
Of course.
At least it only happened once he got to, like, less than halfway.
Oh, he's taking a bigger chunk now. Got it.
Yeah, that's probably why he's summoning in reinforcements, because his defenses are really badly down, so he's compensating.
Yeah, compensating. That's a strong word here.
Well, he doesn't necessarily need to compensate, but, like, he's doing it anyway. You were pretty close. You got it down to, like, 1/3.
Alright, at least since I saved, I won't have to jump that far.
Yeah, like, be careful, don't pick up your body right away, because he'll be, like,
He'll be ready to gun for me.
no, like, the lake is already electrified, so you can't go into it. So, like, just get his EMP field down, then you can pick up your body. Like, you've been also relying a little bit too much on the, auto HP. Like, just keep in mind, you still have the option of doing potions. Like, I know I'm calling them potions and they're not, I'm sorry.
Wait, is there someone else fighting him?
Yeah. Looks like it. You can pick up your body now, I think, but I don't know where it is.
Local machine life forms are converging on the area.
This is never going to end.
Oh, he's down again.
The Goliath class enemy screen has summoned the local machine life forms.
Look how little health he has left.
Yeah, because that other one is... Oh yeah, I forgot about this part. I think so.
You okay?
Good thing
My baby!
I landed that direct hit.
Oh, honey.
All of you are going to die.
Okay, Edgy. Did you pick up your corpse?
Not yet.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Toby, you okay?
My corpse is helping me.
Right.
Did you have some kind of like quips on it for that?
No.
Alright,
Not on
so maybe
purpose.
when you run out of HP, you'll just pick it up. Or maybe it's like optional where like you can go up to them after this battle like and check. Because right now it's really helpful that they're fighting for you. Like maybe it's like an optional thing where it's like you can ask them to fight for you or you can get all your shit back.
I'd rather get all my stuff back.
Yeah, we'll see in a minute. Like, concentrate on what needs to be concentrated on first. Namely this bitch. We will not suffer an edge to live.
I can't die from an edgelord. I'm supposed to be the edgelord.
Yeah, like, assert your dominance. Watch your mouth, dude. Yeah. And the feeling is it can be to like rely on HP auto, like auto HP. It's not always a good idea. Oh God. Congratulations, you've dipped yourself.
They're still coming?
Aw, I had a part 2.
Dude, there's too many.
At least it's not part 2 immediately. You should look for your body.
Can you hear me? Phyllis is under...
Like, I wouldn't follow him right away. I would actually look for myself. Like, since we have the option of a delay anyway,
How do I get the Pascal's
like, we
village?
might as well just go get the stuff back first. Yeah, you left it behind on the other battlefield, so if you go back, you'll find it. Yeah, there it is. There you go. Like, since they didn't start part 2 immediately, might as well take advantage of it. I think you were going in the right direction before for the new battlefields.
No, I gotta go to Pascal's village.
Because it's headed there?
Yeah.
Can you, like, highlight their village or something on the map?
It's already doing that for me.
Like, I think it said there's an option that for event destination or whatever. No time for you, small fry. Okay, it's not as much anymore. Wonder what that was about.
Alright, level 26.
Ah, it feels good to have. Feels good to have a little bit of that. I was worried about him. I was like, where does Talk Yeti? But like, is he still gonna be like hunted by our bosses for the fact that he like went rogue in the last battle? I'm really worried about it. Yeah, there's not enough cooldown on that EMP field move that they have. It's a little too overpowered and there's like no cooldown on it. See? It takes up a lot of HP and it has no like cooldown. Like any of them can use it, there's no cooldown on it, so they can just like use it perpetually. Very annoying.
Here we go.
It's fairly easy to deal with, but like a little tedious. You would always have to be using a long-range sword or the bullets.
Damn it.
Like maybe there's a version of the bullet thingy where it's like a scatter shot or something.
I know. It seems the machines on the network have gone berserk.
Because I know the laser is
Sealed off the
super...
entrance to the village and are trying to hold them off, but with these weapons, there's only so much we can do.
Pascal's asking
Let's
for
take
help,
these guys
asking for
out
help.
first.
Whoa!
Okay, that was rude. Even attack. That was the health bar right now. Maybe this is like the scripted attack moment. Once. It like despawned or something. Destabilized? Like I'm not seeing any health bar on it. What's with this? This is weird. Like if you can attack it, you would think that it would have a health bar, right? But like, it doesn't. Look, no health bar.
I think that was the health bar.
You saved us. Oh, thank you so much.
What happened to it?
The machines on the network all reserved at the same moment. I think the unit presiding over them may have gone mad.
It's Eve. It's gotta work.
If we destroy
Oh,
this
you mean that
residing
sword.
unit, will it stop the rest?
Most likely, yes.
Paul, I need you to locate Eve's current position.
Location has been detected and placed on map.
We'll take care of Eve.
I thought
You
that was
just worry
pretty
about keeping our
obvious
village
though.
safe, okay?
Let's go kill the pretty boy!
Do be careful.
Pretty boy Edgelord about to be killed. Yeah, it's like it's almost like they're
Looks like
mimicking
he's bombarding
human
the area with forced connections.
mythology and
I think all
culture.
these transmissions are making the machines go haywire. We have to find Eve and destroy him.
On it.
Oh, I have to go
Without
there.
understanding the full context behind them.
Now what?
like they're missing some sort of like solid directive, and they're just following like a general
And here you
order.
are. I know you two feel the same. That this world is utterly meaningless. As far as I'm concerned, my brother
The world
was
doesn't have to have
everything. And now, everything must die!
Oh shit, I just realized this guy is voiced by Ray Chase.
Kill my brother!
So basically this guy is voiced by Noctis.
Watch it out.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Uh,
Yep, we're fighting even more emo Noctis.
which shouldn't be a thing that is said.
Okay, to be fair, I mean, he dressed emo, but he wasn't emo, but Eve is emo.
He wasn't a very emo, but he was a little emo. Oh my god, you should have been shutting your mouth again. Yeah, you really gotta dodge that like one slappy slap attack. Ranged attack up might be better, small. Because that's like your shoot. And that's doing like the majority of the hits right now. You're getting a lot of hits with that one. Where the fuck did he go?
I think we gotta climb.
Where it's like, yeah, if you don't climb, then he's gonna be in the dust cloud.
Like, really? You're gonna include platforming right now of all times?
Well, think of the worst thing that could have happened in this moment. That you have the platform, right?
I can't see anything.
You're gonna need to heal too. So like, the platforms go up and down. So if you wait near one that's going up, it'll eventually come back down.
Ow.
Okay, drop them all because... Okay, so the platforming section seems to be limited in time. It won't happen forever. So you have the choice of trying to get up to where he is, or just like waiting it out, but I wouldn't recommend waiting it out because it's very boring. Like, you can still do it if you want, though. Oh, I know it's causing the feedback now. I'll take care of it as soon as we're done with him. Heal. done with him, by the way.
Massive energy signature detected.
What is it?
The energy seems to be coming from a large number of linked machine life forms.
Absorbing the
Whoa!
life force of whatever's left on the network.
Oh, you son of
Damn
a
it!
fuck!
We'll never get anywhere like this. I'm going to try hacking into Eve and shutting him down. Back me up, 2B.
On it. Protecting Unit 9S will hack the system.
The enemy is connected to a vast network. Analysis. The actions of Unit 9S have an unacceptably low probability of success. Proposal. Unit 2B should abandon Unit 9.
If 9S thinks he can do it, then he will.
No! We are not abandoning the child.
Again!
We didn't even abandon him back then. It's just that he disappeared. We didn't know where he was.
God damn it, I want to get close and just slash him in the face.
He's a little bit too, I see a window in which you can attack him, but I don't think you would like this way of fighting very much. You'd be able to do 2 slashes, then you have to dodge 2 slashes again, then dodge. And I don't mean dodge once, you probably have to dodge multiple times per dodge. Depending on like where you are in his attack sequence. Plus the dump cloud is potentially there to make it hard to figure out which attack sequence he's doing. So you would never know which kind of, how many dodges you would have to do. And additionally, on top of that, it seems that some of his pauses between large attacks seem to be inconsistent. So you don't even know if you have to do 2 slashes and then dodge with 3 or 4 slashes with dodging. They did succeeded.
Here we go.
He stole his power. Now where is he? Baby boy, where are you? But at least it got his health down a lot before 9S fucking won. I think that might be a challenge in this boss battle that, if you get his health down a lot, you don't have to deal with his final form for very long.
That would be nice.
No, you did a pretty good job doing it, though. Like, you got him down to half.
Bit melodramatic much?
Fucking spear took off 700. Yeah, I would prioritize dodging those. Yeah, see, look, you are down to a third of your health. You've got to dodge those. Like, getting hit you're dead.
Better not make me do the entire boss fight again.
Yeah, I know. That was close. Oh shit, that was scripted. That was scripted. You're good.
Close-range combat no longer operable.
That's fine.
It's not like we were doing it.
Shit! You're down to almost nothing. Oh, you gotta keep your distance from him. He's the only one to dodge right now.
I'm limping.
No, like, keep far away from him, so the spaces between the bubbles are really wide, so you can dodge easier. Like, if you keep far away from him, you'll have a better chance of dodging.
But then I can't hit him.
You can't anyway. Close range attacking has been shut off, remember?
Yeah, but if I'm too far away, I can't actually shoot at him.
I know, you got to keep in this safe spot where you're far away that you can dodge. Oh my god, you're almost down to nothing again. See, like, from this distance, you can still cause damage, but...
Ranged combat no longer operable.
What?
Okay, but he's not attacking anymore either. I just started for you, bro, but it's about survival of the fittest. You were attacking us.
Finally. It's over.
Never. It's never that easy, sweetie.
Oh no, this is just part one.
No! No, baby!
Nine.
My child, no!
I really screwed up.
Oh shit.
Must have been corrupted when Eve detached from
No.
the network.
Honey.
It's okay. I can always reload my backup data from the bunker.
But you'll lose you. The you that exists at this very moment.
Guess so. But we can't upload this corrupted data to the bunker. So,
9S.
these two. Switching this.
Oh, no, no. My child. Shit. Because she's so weak and she can't even, like, slash him or anything like that. So This is all she has the energy to do.
Choke him out. In a very prominent way. Trust me, I'll get to that later.
Crap, though. Aww. Too big.
It always ends like this. There's still some alive. Damned machines! Is this a message? The data transmissions, they're resonating with each other.
Damn it, why does the interference keep coming back?
Wait a second, 2B.
Is that?
It looks like I left my personal data in the machine side of things. Next thing I knew, my sense of self was regenerated over the surrounding network. Having multiple selves fused together like this is a pretty valuable experience, so I wanted to record it. But I couldn't access any storage areas yet, so I just multiplexed it over the memories of some nearby enemies, so that when I returned to my own body,
Yes. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck.
What is it that separates machines from androids like us? The machines have gained emotions, consciousness. The final screams they summoned on the edge of death. They still echo within me.
So is this sort of like the opening act?
Kinda, because it's broken up into 3 parts. We just finished the 2B arc.
Oh, I see.
Now it's 9S and then 2A. Yep, race.
Ah. I think I figured out what the interference was coming from. It was on my side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for some reason my headphones speakerphone was way too sensitive to the noise that it itself was generating.
So it just kind of echoed back on you unexpectedly.
Yeah, that did not happen ever in the previous times that we were playing, even when I was really quiet during a playthrough. Because I remember the last time we played Nier, I was pretty quiet.
Yeah, I thought you were falling asleep.
A little before we started, but like... Like, yeah, it's probably because I was studying, because, like, I really got quiet at, like, a large chunk of the temple playthrough. Like, I only realized that I had basically been way too quiet, like, once we were deep in the temple and at the boss fight. And then I just, like, started reminding myself, hey, why don't you talk a little bit?
So just kind of just like, speak up, speak up.
Like, sometimes, yeah, like, sometimes after I study, I get, like, super, like, not communicative. It's because I think it's because a part of my brain that's focused on studying, like, shuts down the part of my brain that's focused on interacting with people.
Because you just get really enamored
Kind of
with
like
it.
allocating. Like, it's sort of like how a computer sort of has to sometimes allocate its, like, RAM towards certain functions at certain times. Like, it's not a perfect analogy because my brain's organic and non-mechanical, but in order to focus on, like, studying, I think that my brain just says, okay, we're not going to focus on the parts that, we're not going to send any sort of energy to the parts that are in charge of communicating with people. And maybe, like, I just forgot to switch back over to, like, communicating and stuff.
So it just like bounces back and forth, and then you just kind of like, one half's right here, the other half's right there, and they don't meet all the way in the middle.
Yeah, I don't have any overlap, I don't think.
Ah, gotta work on that.
Like, what I have to, like, when I'm at school, or, like, when I was doing practicals in medical school, it wasn't as big of a problem. Like, but I've noticed that, when I have to do a certain task, or when I'm in a certain headspace, I sort of have to choose what headspace I'm being in.
That sort of makes
sense. I think my brain just defaults to the last one I was occupying. So if the last one I was occupying was my study headspace, I stay in that one until I, like, go, okay, let's switch. But it has to be, like, a conscious decision, and I have to put some effort into it, otherwise I just stay there.
Alright. And then it's just like, sometimes you gotta focus back and forth, but sometimes you can't actively choose because it's hard for you to decide which one to go with.
Yeah, like, that's kind of what I had to do in medical school. I kind of, like, had to invent a whole new way of, like, functioning, because I had to be communicative, because not only did I have to, like, talk to my fellow students and to my teacher and, like, use as many social skills as I had, which, yeah, they're not perfect, but I have a lot of them. Like, so I had to utilize my social skills at the same time as I utilized my studying skills. So I sort of had to create a hybrid of the two.
Oh, that can get annoying.
No, it just required a little bit of work. At least they give you a notification. Like, so that you know, oh wait, it's gonna be different. Yes. Why would anyone not save at this point? That doesn't make sense to me.
Got it.
Oh, so we just continue and load the same data?
Right. So, do you want to end it here since we finished this part of the story, or do you want to start the 9S story?
So it's 10 o'clock now. I'm worried that if we start 9S, it might keep us for more than an hour. Because what I've noticed in this game is that, like, the smaller story arcs, the self-contained story arcs, the bulk of the cutscene and stuff like that tends to last anywhere from an hour to 2 hours.
Definitely.
Like, I'm talking about, like, from the beginning of starting a story arc to the section where they let you have grinding sections, which is, like, you know, in between major parts of the story arc. Especially in the beginning section, it can last about an hour or two. So if we began a game now, the most important part of the game up until the first solid save point at which it's comfortable to stop, but
Could take an hour.
Not in the center of an arc in the story. It could take at least an hour, but more like 2.
I don't have that. I got work in the morning.
Yeah, like, but also, like, it would be really awkward if in the center of, like, a story arc, we have to stop in the middle.
Yeah, because I'm not going to want to stop, but it kind of leaves you off. Like, even here, I didn't know that this part was going to be the final section. Had I known that before, I think last time I would have trekked further, but at the same time, we didn't know that, and we can't predict that.
No, I don't think it would have worked.
No.
Because you were already getting tired, I was already getting a little drowsy, and I think that if we had pushed, like, past it, we wouldn't have finished it this quickly.
No.
Because tonight you're a lot more fresh than you were on that night.
Yeah, because I'm somewhat getting used to.
Fight, like, a lot better.
Yeah, because I'm somewhat getting used to work, A, and B, I didn't take my medication yet, so I'm not feeling drowsy.
Yeah, but even then, like, playing a game for like an hour versus for like 2-3 hours, I think we were 3 hours last time.
2.5.
Yeah, like, we were coming up on 3 hours, and that's the point at which, like, a lot of gamers experience game fatigue.
Yeah, because I think the longest we've ever done was 4 hours when we first started playing.
Yeah. Because we had a lot of time, and it was the beginning section.
Then I had to become an adult.
Dude, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but...
Like, having shorter gameplay is better.
Yeah, I get to split it up on multiple parts.
Because, like, this way you'll get... Like, not just that, but, like, this way your brain will sort of get accustomed to what you have to put in through to a Nier play session. So it won't, like, your head will be like, oh, this actually doesn't take a lot of time at all. We have enough energy for this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so, like, it won't be, like, as much of a strain, so, like, it'll be easier to get back into it.
It was like a hop and a go, and a hop and a go, and a hop and a go.
Yeah, so, like, I would prefer, like, when we had these Nier sessions, we stopped before the 2-hour mark.
Unless we're in a major story bit, got it.
Yeah, like, if we're in a major story bit, we can go a little over, but, like, just to finish the story bit. But, like, let's make these play sessions shorter, just so that, like, they feel a little bit more consolidated.
Right. Alright, so...
And we don't feel like, at all, like, we've been playing long. They're just, like, it's kind of like, I used to, when I was younger in, college, I would have, like, really long and tiring days, so I wouldn't have a lot of time to do anything fun. But what I would do is I would have, like, a book that I really like that I've read a lot of times, and I would just choose one chapter and just read one chapter.
Yeah, because a chapter...
Just, like, a little treat for myself, but it didn't last too long.
Yeah, because...
So I didn't get tired.
At my peak, I could read a chapter in about 20 minutes. About a page in a minute.
It depended on the book. Because, like, some of my books are really, really big.
True.
Like a chapter from one of my medical textbooks takes me a couple hours. And it's partly because there's so much information that's condensed in there.
So you gotta reread it and make sure you understand
everything. But it's also because the font, the way it's typed, the font size is very tiny. And the page is really huge.
Got it.
So like there's some descriptions for the pictures that I read as well, because I read everything in the page, that are like 6-point font.
So
sometimes smaller, I think.
That's tiny.
Yeah, like, and the actual font of the page, I think if I'm correct, it looks like might be 9 points in a lot of them. Actually, I have Harrison's right next to me. I can check for Harrison's alone, because that was one of the longest books I've ever had to read. It's like an internal medicine book. I think it's written in calligraphy or something similar, and the point font seems to be 7 or 8. And it's single-spaced, all of it.
So they're just sandwiched in all together.
Yeah, and like the descriptions on the pictures and the tables are usually even smaller, like 5-point or 4-point font.
That would hurt my eyes. I would.
Literally, almost none of my medical textbooks are written in 12-point.
That would hurt my eyes. That would be one of those books that I could not read with my glasses, and then even without my glasses, it would really start to strain my eye, and I would just get physically tired in about a half hour.
Oh no, medical textbooks are written in such a way that, like...
No, I'm not talking about how it's written, but the font.
Size because they're so expensive. Like, that's what I'm talking about. In order to decrease how expensive they are, because these books with this small font, they're still more than like 1,000 pages long.
So imagine if it were bigger.
There's so much, yeah. There's so much information included that there's no other way to make it this small other than making the font really small. I think most of the reason why a lot of medical students, the successful ones, don't tend to have reading disabilities like dyslexia and stuff like that. I also don't even want to imagine someone with ADD trying to become a doctor.
No. That would drive them insane.
That's really hard, like, because it's sort of been proven that people with ADD, when they read certain fonts and certain size fonts, it actually makes it harder for them to work. Slightly bigger is normally better. Larger spacing in between words, letters, and lines. Those things all tend to help. And literally, I just told you, this is single-spaced. The font is small. Like, even the regular font is really small. This is not 10 font. This is smaller than 10 for sure.
Sounds tiny.
Like, I have enough experience looking at different size fonts to know that this is not anywhere near 12. This is probably less than 10. So you could just imagine someone who needs larger fonts just in order to be able to read, like, without getting distracted, trying to read this book.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It sort of is, even though, like, I don't think I have any, like, reading disabilities or anything like that, but even I have a really hard time focusing on this shit.
Yeah, and you got a steady eye, so imagine someone who can't focus and can't sit there trying to read such small font and rereading it thinking that they're tricking up on the words.
Like, I, without my glasses on, can read it just fine, but I still get eye strain, which is why I restrict the amount of hours that I read.
Yeah, it's like...
I do a lot of studying that's non-visual, like non-reading.
Yeah, it's like that thing, what they say, there is a saying where there could be too much of a good thing.
Yeah, like eye strain is serious. It can cause headaches. It can. I don't know if it's been definitively linked to visual acuity loss.
But it could definitely help towards that, or hinder.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if, because a lot of the ways that your visual acuity is controlled is not just through like the lens, and it's not just a passive process. A lot of times it's also an active process involving muscles. Plus, the lens itself is an organ in your eye that it's sort of a really delicate structure that can't be repaired.
So once it's gone,
Yeah, you have to get it replaced, basically.
And that probably costs several thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for that type of surgery.
In America, yeah.
America.
In America, it probably costs several thousand. It's actually not that uncommon a procedure because of a lot of different things can cause it. Basically, if you've heard of cataracts.
Yeah.
Cataracts can happen either because of a lot of people call it cataracts, but it's not quite cataracts medically. But like when someone's eyes get milky, that can be due to either the cornea becoming clouded or the lens becoming clouded. And we have replacements for that, like corneal replacement surgery for the cornea. And for the lens, they're usually replaced by like synthetic replacement lenses. There's like synthetic material that we have that we can insert into the same capsule that the lens normally sits in instead of the natural lens. And they work pretty well. They're not perfect, but they work okay.
Alright.
But like, so we're stopping here, right?
Yeah, we're stopping.
Alrighty, so the next time we see each other, we're probably hanging out IRL.
Hold on.